Howdy again, and welcome back to another episode of Spunky the Cat Recaps. I'm Spunky the Cat, and today we will be recapping episode 5 of Drag Race Mexico. Why? Because you want more Drag Race in your life, but you hate the subtitles. This episode is an hour of Mexican goodness all wrapped up and delivered as a television show from which you cannot change the channel. If you want to know what is going on in this shot, make sure to stick around and find out. I'm going to kick things off with a recap of last week's recap. So a spoiler alert has been activated. Last week we had two favorites, the reading challenge and a rusical. In true Drag Race Mexico Season 1 fashion, the reading challenge left me wanting más. The show only aired one read from most of the queens, two at the most, and they were all a bit on the lame side. Margaret y Ja did end up being the meanest Martha in the bunch and won some cash for it. The rusical was titled Dragapoco Shore and gave for sure. It was a full-on production, and finally Drag Race Mexico did what needed to be done. The top three queens were Galavaro, Christian Peralta, and Regina Voce. The two absolute standouts were Regina and Christian. In the end, Christian edged out Regina for the win. I feel like the rusical, they were pretty much evenly matched, but the runway is where Christian beat out Regina. Don't get it twisted though, Regina's runway was still really good. The bottom three were Serena Morena, Pixie, and Argenis. Serena was the lucky and talented queen that did not have to lip sync. Pixie and Argenis went to battle on the main stage in a lip sync for your life. So far the lip syncs have been lackluster, but Argenis finally did what needed to be done. She pulled out all the pop star moves and proved that Mexico can deliver a fierce-ass lip sync. Hopefully it's all gravy from here on out. We will find out. Anyways, Argenis won the lip sync and Pixie sashayed away. I didn't remember this at the time, but Pixie and Vermelia are in the same drag family, the House of Black and White. Is it a conspiracy theory that they went home back to back, or a coincidence? Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and be sure to subscribe if you're a Drag Race superfan. Dang, we already have talked about a lot. Let's move forward onto this episode. The show starts right after Pixie's elimination, and the gang is acting like they just lost a fight with a rival gang. Turns out that Pixie was super well liked and was expected to go far in the competition. I think the girls are shook, knowing that anyone can go at any time regardless of their out-of-the-workroom followings. Argenis wipes the mirror clean like she wiped the floor in that lip sync, beautifully. All the queens say nice things about Pixie, and they discussed the performances of the top three queens. The way Christian speaks really gives me proper leadership vibes. She brands herself as a bitch, but then has stunning moments of humility and grace. I love that about her. Gala was also praised as a close, but not too close, third place for the week. I think Gala is getting into her groove and may become unstoppable. She will just have to continue to rise to the occasion. Margaret is seen in their confessional saying, "Once you're on top, there's nowhere to go but down." And that's in reference to Christian. Is this foreshadowing that Christian will not do well this week? Nobody is perfect. Wouldn't that be a gag? Episode 5, send home a frontrunner? We're going to find out soon enough. The queens de-drag and end the day. With a freshly wiped slate, it is a new day, and the workroom welcomes the top 8 queens. They skip into the room singing Pobre Pixie, which means poor Pixie. It's a bummer they miss their sister so much, but I'm sure Pixie feels good knowing she is loved and missed. Enough about her, she is gone. Las chicas gather around the table, and the girls are after Argenis. It's kind of like she's the group's punching bag. They commend her for that Class A lip sync, but also remind her to be as prepared as possible. Apparently Argenis didn't practice for the lip sync and did an amazing job. So I see where the queens are going with this. If Argenis had rehearsed, it might have made legendary status. So the message is to be prepared. The alarm sounds. The group gathers around the screen for a message, and it's a Valentina week. The ladies don't know what she is talking about. Her message alludes to music, jeans, and other pop star things. Valentina enters stage derecha. She's giving an LBD that looks inspired by Elvira and has her hair down ready for some hairography at a moment's notice. Well, what do you know? I guess that moment is now. Valentina whips her hair around for funsies, or maybe to show it off. Not sure what that was about, but I didn't hate it. Now she is announcing the mini challenge. A member of the pit crew rolls out a cart completely covered up, leaving the queens and us viewers wondering what the heck is under there. The items were revealed to be some traditionally Mexican boots. But these boots are currently plain Jane and need to be dragged up. Each contestant grabs a pair of boots with instructions to make them pretty. We say goodbye to the pit crew member for now. I like when they are on set, but I don't mind watching them walk off set. Only 2 minutes to transition their boots from off-the-rack custom botas for the gods? These poor queens, I can't even form an idea in 2 minutes, let alone create something visually appealing under pressure. Now I wonder how serious that 2 minutes thing is, because Gala just casually walks away and the queens are hurrying, but not like have to present something in 2 minutes hurrying. I'll let this go, I seem to be hung up on it. The queens are using every hot glue gun and piece of sparkly fabric they can find. The time is up and Christian admits to their boots being ugly. But there's another aspect to this mini challenge. It's also a dance-off to Cha-Cha Bitch by RuPaul. The crew sets up a little cute stage for everyone to take a turn dancing their booty off. Lolita joins us as well as the other member of the pit crew. Hello, fellas. First up is Galavaro, and they did some high-energy dancing with a couple tricks. Gala knew going first she was setting the bar, and she needed to set it high. Next is Magara Ija, and she does a little booty shaking and looks like she is having fun. The camera quickly pans to someone duck walking, and it's Argenis. We know Argenis is a good dancer from the lip sync last week. For someone that lacks the confidence to win this series, she sure does have the confidence seeping out of every one of her pores when she's dancing. Argenis delivers, and we move on to the next, Reina. Matraca takes her turn and does a little jig with some contemporary moves there. It was cute. Now we are bringing Lady Caro to the square, and she tried. She shook her flat booty some and attempted some tricks that didn't really land. Not everyone is a dancer. Just ask Pixie. Whoop! Shade. Next, Serena is at bat, and it's a strikeout. She flails around, and we move right to Regina. But the screen says Christian. Editing fail. I've never had one of those, because I have millions. Regina pulls out all the tricks, and if people didn't think she was a threat before, they do now. Now it's actually Christian's turn to twirl the house down boots, literally. She has on her self-proclaimed ugly boots and is doing some good but silly dancing. She stops suddenly and leaves the dance area. Then Valentina eggs on Lolita to dance for everyone. She does this seductive little number that seems like she keeps it in her back pocket at all times. It was good. I love Lolita. Now everyone is pushing for Valentina to take a turn. I know there's no way that Valentina is going to put herself out there like that. She is too focused on perfection to do so. But then she does step onto the dance floor and whips her hair back and forth. She does a little shimmy and then runs back to her position. It was silly and it helped lighten the mood. Most of us appreciate that. The time has come to announce the winners. That's right, we get 2 winners for this mini challenge. The winners are Argenis and Matraca. One thing about this edit is that the boots are not featured as much as I would like. I want to see what the queens came up with for their designs. Oh well. The winners of the mini challenge get some cash and the advantage of being team captains for the Maxi challenge. This week's Maxi challenge is a girl group challenge. The queens must write their own lyrics, record their verses, create their own choreography, and then perform it all on the main stage in front of the judges. I love these challenges and can't wait to see how these gals do. Matraca and Argenis must now select their groups. They make their selections one at a time, alternating turns. I know the queens here are the cream of Mexico's crop, but it has to suck getting picked last. I think we can all relate with that. On Team Argenis, we have Gala, Christian, and Lady Caro. I'm sure Christian was fuming to be picked third since she is doing the best in the competition so far. On Team Matraca, we have Regina, Margaret, and Serena. Unfortunately for Serena, she gets the distinction of being the last one picked. She said that it has never happened to her before. There's always a first time for everything. The teams must choose official band names and get busy writing their verses for the song Así Soy Yo. I think that means So Am I. Our next scene has us on the main stage for the official recording of the verses. Matraca's team has selected the band name Las Mexi Mamis. That's a fun name and brands their group appropriately. Matraca is the first of the group to belt it out, and she does so good that only one take was needed. That was impressive, Matraca. Margaret follows Matraca, and she does well also. She doesn't sound as good necessarily, but that can be fixed in post-production these days. She is doing fine, but Lolita wants more spice, aka attitude, coming through in the recording. Serena is the next contestant, and she both surprises and wows the judges with her rap skills. Her lyrics are the right amount of homo, and her confidence is unshakable. I'm happy for Serena finally having a good week. The last member of the group to sing is Regina, and we all know she's an excellent singer and performer. But can she write verses well? Regina also gets her track recorded in one take. Is this the group to beat? Are you Team Mexi Mamis? The other group arrives on stage, and the girl group band name is Las Palanquetas. According to Google, Las Palanquetas translates to the Crowbars. Interesting name, sounds like a punk band. They state that they have picked this name because they are sweet, colorful, and hard. Something isn't adding up and is lost in translation. But whatever, did they have the chops to win? Team Captain Argenis records first. She has a lovely voice. I'm so jealous of people that can sing well. I want that talent. She is proclaiming that she is the best drag queen in Mexico. It basically can't be true, but that is the message you need to be sending if you want that crown, grr. Lady Ketero is second to the mic, and singing is not something she does well. The judges and music producers seem to really enjoy what she did. That's good, because I heart Lady Ketero so much. I did notice one thing is no one is wearing headphones. I've never recorded music, but I always see them with headphones. It makes me wonder if there's an added layer of difficulty if you could not hear the music as you were singing or rapping. I'm probably overthinking this. Next up we have Gala, and she is not coming through loud and clear. Lolita wants her to focus on her diction. I said diction, and that's how she enunciates. Valentina tells her to step up her confidence. Gala, I thought you got this figured out in previous weeks. Get it together. It might not be a good night for Galavaro. Christian is the last queen to spit fire, and she did great. Valentina literally said it was perfection. I understand using colorful language, but nothing can ever be perfect. When we tell people they and or things are perfect, they get an inaccurate perception of reality. Whoops, did I just go all psychoanalyst on you? My bad. The recording sessions are officially over, and we cut to Un Dia Nuevo in the workroom. It's elimination day, and I'm on the edge of my seat. Now that the show is good, I don't want anyone to leave. Everyone arrives in their day wear and gathers around the table as usual. The group looks around and notices that Margaret is missing. At first I panicked. I was like, is she injured herself or contracted COVID or something bad and would have to leave the competition? I was wrong, like most of the time. She shows up in the workroom with a cake. Oh, I bet it's someone's birthday, but who? Turns out it's Matraca's birthday. The queens sing to her, share some cake, and disperse. They are now getting ready for the main stage. Margaret and Matraca have a heart-to-heart chat while their makeup is half-baked. Matraca shares how some of her past included dark times. She was bullied at school and didn't feel any better at home because of her conservative family. She said she worked through the pain with art. I'm glad she managed to get through those years and found an outlet. The world is benefiting from her experience. Send her a tip. Are you ready for the main stage? Because that's what time it is. We will say hello to our judges first. Valentina and Lolita are stunners. We always knew. I'm running out of compliments for them, so that's all you get this week, ladies. Looking like a pilf, the P is for penguin, and I'll let you fill in the rest. We have our third judge that is a constant on the panel, Oscar Madrazo. He is always all smiles, and his charm is not lost on me. Welcome back, mi amor. Our extra special guest judge tonight is Alejandra Bogue, and Valentina is fangirling like she is at a meet and greet. Alejandra is a Mexican icon. She's been an actress, comedian, television host, as well as the lead role in many stage shows. Just seeing Lolita and Valentina flip their lids, you know Alejandra is that bitch. Las Palanquetas, or possibly the Crowbars, are the first group to perform. They have some decent choreography that doesn't leave anyone behind, so that's good. They start the individual verses and the dancers lift Argenis into the air. What? Her verse is about being great at drag and being a great dancer. She wants to shine for everyone and brands herself as a chameleon. I am now remembering that was something about a chameleon in her entrance line. Come on, callback. Gala goes second, and she does something I've been waiting for on Drag Race. She does what I'm calling an anti-tuck. There is no attempt to hide her package. I'm not all about this because her bits, well, maybe a little. I just really like it when the queens do something no one has done before. We've had some meaty tucks, don't get me wrong, but those are failed tucks. This is a non-attempt tuck or an anti-tuck. Enough about her junk. What about the performance? She is giving pop star moves for this year, next year, and an eternity. Gala is turning it out, and her recording session was very struggly. Is Gala flipping the script? The dancers also lift her up, and she somersaults down their bodies. So hot. She keeps the fly moves a-moving and does a good job lip-syncing her verse. Lady Caro takes center stage, and for someone that rarely disappoints on looks, this is a little basic. She does move around well. She does like singing about her tatas, and I don't know if it's this edit or her verse, but it was so fast. It was over in 10 seconds. Weird. The last verse for this group comes from Christian. Her recording sounds great, and she lip syncs well. She also has good dance moves. Nothing new here. Christian is as great as always. I expect to see her in the top this week again. The Crowbars take one last pry at impressing the judges while wrapping up their number. Now it is time for the Mexi Mamis. I immediately like how the group opened their number better than the other group. They do the thing where they call out their names in the beginning. I don't know why, it just feels like the right way to start the song. Also, their opening choreography is fresher and better than the previous groups. Matraca takes the first verse and throws down .com.org.mx. She has BDE, that's birthday energy. Her commitment to delivering an outstanding performance says that she is here to win this challenge and give herself an unforgettable birthday present. But some of the other queens have been really great too. Serena is now rapping, and all of that goes okay. Her girl group look is not serving really. Her hair is beautiful but needs some volume or something. It's fighting against what she's trying to achieve instead of complementing the shape of her face. Another thing is that her lyrics are so fast. It's a rap, so duh. But I think her movement is fairly restricted, having to focus so much on her mouth movements. It's delivering fierce tunes but mediocre performance. Third in the lineup is Magara Ija, and she is as cute as bunnies come. I think she took her girl group look in the most contemporary, mainstream, mega pop star route, and I live. Her verse is about being an inspiration with her unique makeup as well as being a crazy bitch. That is a lovely dichotomy, and I enjoyed this. Regina is here to end the show, and we know that this is going to be good. But how good? I'm surprised to see that she is taking more of a rap approach because she's such a great singer. Her verse is very complimentary to Valentina and Lolita. Nothing fishy going on here at all, right, Regina? She ends her spotlight time by belting out and holding an E flat for a few seconds. Okay, I don't know what note it was other than badass. Much like Christian, I expect to see Regina in the top again too. The group finishes their performance and we are ready for tonight's runway. Category is Mexican Flowers. First, I will remind you of the best rating system that was ever created. For each look, the queens will receive one of the following: No Way Jose, Just Okay Jose, or Yes Way Jose. This is just what my brain thinks about the looks, so don't take it too seriously. This category stimulates my stamen and I'm close to pollinating. First to the stage is Margaret Ija, and this is a fail for Margaret. For me, she is hit or miss. I do enjoy her makeup. It is fascinating, really. Do we actually need to discuss why I don't like this? Okay then, we'll move on. Margaret is starting us off with a No Way Jose. Galavaro is next, and her face is covered up. Why is she hiding behind all those flowers? Oh wait, bam! There is her beautiful punum. This look is pretty and has an interesting and lovely silhouette. The flowers don't look cheap or plastic. They probably are. From head to toe, this is a touchdown on the soccer pitch for Gala. My only thing is that if your nipples are going to be out, which is fine, drag them up with, well, anything. Gala is getting a Yes Way Jose. Our next stunner on the runway is Regina Voce, and this is classic beauty personified in a rose-inspired dress. It is close to having too many embellishments, but I actually feel it is just the right amount. She stepped all the way up to the line, but didn't step over it. Gorge, stun, and amazeballs are all words that come to mind watching her strut the catwalk. Regina is receiving a Yes Way Jose. Argenis is next, and she takes a different approach. She gives us cactus, and I'm ready to be pricked. In some ways, it's just a bodysuit, but F that, man. It's amazing. The colors, the shine, and the glitz. It hits just right for me. It allows for her to have good movement, and the runway is a better place for Argenis having walked it tonight. Argenis is another Yes Way Jose. Serving a single flower is Serena. Her dress is inspired by an orchid, and I think that reads pretty clearly if you know your flowers. At first I'm down for this, but then I look harder. It is really just a pretty green dress with the white shoulders wrappy thing that transforms the garment into an orchid. I can't get over how much I dislike this hair, and her makeup has been much better before. This is not enough for me, and I'm giving Serena a No Way Jose. Our next runway diva is still celebrating her birthday and might take us on a trip with her garment. She describes the look as an homage to Mexican shamans. This is visually stunning and couture for sure. I don't know that it reads flowers, but I get plant vibes. I thoroughly enjoy this look and hope she is proud of what she has done so far. Matraca's look falls in the category of Yes Way Jose. My overall favorite runway gal shows up, and it's Lady Caro. Let's start with the neck up. Everything. Simply everything. If her last name wasn't Caro, it should be Rembrandt, because she can paint masterpieces like a legend. The styling of her wig is also on point. Now the dress, what the HE double hockey sticks is going on here? It is so much and the silhouette is lost. I guess this was just a poor choice, and I hope she has more runways in the future. Fingers crossed. Lady Caro, if I balance how I feel about you from the neck up and the neck down, you get a Just Okay Jose. Christian is the last one on the runway, and I am not featuring this tonight. She said her garment represents the dahlia flower, and maybe if I knew what that was, I would like it more, but I don't know, and I don't like it. I feel like the wig and hairline are tragic. I do, however, live for this skirt. It even has LEDs and lights up. That's cool. I'm probably just not getting it overall. Christian, your look gets a Just Okay Jose. Time for the results. The judges have decided that even though the queens competed as teams, they will be judged individually. That probably means they want one from each group to lip sync. Valentina calls Regina and Christian forward and gag. They are the two safe queens. Regina is safe? What? Christian I could go either way on, but not Regina. I guess her technical ability didn't mean much when she made part of her verse about Valentina and Lolita. She probably should have focused only on herself with so few bars. They head backstage and are frankly in shock to be safe. The tops and bottoms are left on stage for their critiques. We have Margaret, Gala, Argenis, Serena, Matraca, and Lady Kero. The judges liked Margaret's look in the challenge verse and moves. Just like me, they did not like the runway look. Gala gets compliments about everything. They loved her looks, performance, and stunts, Stuntina. Gala should be proud of herself for turning things around and delivering great drag. They are featuring her to the max. Argenis gets mixed reviews. They enjoy her look and how it shines. She was then told that her performance in the girl group challenge was forgettable. I disagree, but freaking Lolita never asked me, perra. Valentina brings up Argenis' nerves and lack of confidence. Get out of your head, chica, you are fierce. The judges move on to Serena, and her main critique is that the rest of the group showed her up, leaving Serena behind performance-wise. Her runway look is complimented in ways and not in other ways. Alejandra was nice about it and enjoyed it, but she did call out the wig. She also felt it could be a little more polished. Matraca is the fifth queen for critiques. Is this going to be a good birthday or a bad one? Regardless, it's memorable. Lolita asks her to explain her look. That's never a good sign. Your look is supposed to speak for itself. When she explained the garment, all the judges were like, oh, yeah, that's what we thought. Her girl band look was praised, and they loved her performance. Our last queen on the stage is Lady Kero. Lolita didn't feel that Lady Kero did enough in the performance and described it as lukewarm. Ouch. Valentina mentions that the expectations for Lady Kero are so high because her runways are normally so fulfilling. Then Valentina tells Lady Kero it looks like she borrowed this dress from Vermilion Noir. Double ouch. I hope she's a good lip syncer because she has definitely received the harshest critiques. No! The six queens head backstage to give all the judging tea to Regina and Christian. They all sit around cutting up and discussing the judges' thoughts. They go through it a bit and then head back out to the main stage. With the queens back on the main stage, it's time to find out who's going to be the winner and who is going to be lip-syncing for their lives. But before we do so, it's time to give out this channel's highest honor for this week's runway presentations. The winner of this week's Jose You Slay goes to Regina Voce. I love that this screams flowers for days and classic beauty for eons. I feel this is the best I have seen Regina look, and she is a winner, baby. In my book, anyways. Back to the opinions of people with actual influence. Valentina tells Margaret that she is safe, and she breathes a sigh of relief, then walks to the back of the stage. Valentina then addresses Gala, and we know what that means. Gala is the winner of this week's Maxi Challenge. I'm happy for her. Maybe displaying her bulge gave the judges all the right feels. Congrats, Gala. Valentina moves on to Matraca, and it appears she is not getting a birthday present from the judges, and is either second or third place in the rankings. Lolita calls for Valentina's attention, and they have a quick chat behind the fan. Valentina says F it, and declares that Matraca is also a winner, baby. She did get what she deserved on her special day. She led her team to success and delivered individually also. I like a double win when it's warranted, and this was one of those times. Now we are left with the bottom three, Argenis, Serena, and Lady Kero. After some dramatic looks and pauses, Valentina addresses Lady Kero. To my surprise and astonishment, she grants Lady Kero safe status. We are all gooped, gagged, and beguiled, and I'm down with it because I am a Lady Kero stan. Tonight's lip sync will be between Argenis and Serena. They have both lip synced before. We know Argenis can slay and Serena is okay. The song is one of a certain tempo and style that I don't really think benefited or hindered either of them. The song is over, and I feel Argenis won the lip sync. I would describe Serena's lip sync as sweet and Argenis's as well. I'm struggling for a word, so I'm just going to say better. I would describe Argenis' lip sync as better than Serena's. The judges decide to keep Argenis. That is 2 weeks in a row that she won the lip sync for your life. I doubt she'll get many more chances, therefore you better stay out of the bottom, girl. Serena has a good attitude about leaving the competition and looks relatively happy when writing her mirror message. I can imagine that it is both devastating as well as a relief to get that checkered flag ending your race. Serena, thank you for sharing your art. Looking forward to next week, it's Snatch Game! We will ignore whatever the heck is going on in this mini challenge for now. It looks fun. As for the main event, I hope these are some funny hoes. Are you looking forward to a Mexican Snatch Game? I know I am. If you enjoyed this recap, what you should do is subscribe to this channel so that you will stay up to date with Drag Race Mexico, as well as other franchises of Drag Race. Another cool thing you could do is to give this video a thumbs up. Spunky the Cat would appreciate it. Finally, please leave a comment telling me if you think the Snatch Game next week will be a success or not. I might even respond to your comment. Until then, adios y mucho amor. Mwah, 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 mwah.